Hi, everybody.
Hello there.
I'm Jerry.
And I'm Linda, and this is Gizmo.
We're the Village's Newcomers. What a show we have for you today. It's going to be a long one, but we've got so much to share. It's the holiday season, a lot of good things going on, and we hope you had an amazing Christmas. We did.
We certainly did.
We didn't get a visit from all of our sons and not our grandchildren and daughters-in-law, but we do get Tanner here for a few days, so we're happy to see him. Today we're going to tell you what happened during the last year here in the Villages, and it was a lot. We have a new t-shirt supplier. I'm going to put the name and the link in the video description, and let's take a look at some of these new t-shirt colors. We are so appreciative that they stepped up, and we're going to be able to offer things through Etsy to you. Now again, we don't make 1 cent on these t-shirts. We only provide this service for those of you that want them, and it just tickles us to death when we see you wearing them. And you'll see some in the shout outs today. We gave you a video on Thursday of a lot of the Christmas decorations around the Villages. But the very night that aired, we found a new place, and we just wanted to show you a couple pictures. It's the Town Hall in Lady Lake. I thought it was fantastic.
I felt like I was in Candyland.
It is really, really beautiful. Just a couple of quick shots of that for you. Today we're going to talk about Camp Villages. That's a camp put on by our community for visiting grandchildren. And we'll have lots of great letters today. Remember, we need your letters. Please send those letters to villagesnewcomers@gmail.com, and we'll try to get yours on the air. And a quick apology to anybody that leaves a comment. If you know us, you know we love not only to like or love the things you write to us, but we like to respond. But it's a little overwhelming. So if I don't get to yours, you know, if you see that this guy up here has a love and you didn't get one, it's not because we didn't love it. It's because we're too busy. So thanks again for everything, and keep those letters coming in. And with that, it's time once again for...
Send us your questions, we've got your answers. Jerry and Linda's Mailbag Monday.
I hate to do this, but today we need to start off with some sad news.
Yeah, you know, this is a golf cart community, and we love, love, love our golf carts. That's probably right up at the top of the list of what we love about this place. We heard through various news sources there were at least 5 golf cart accidents, and 2 of them were fatal. A 74 and an 82-year-old man died in accidents. At least one of them was medically related, which, you know, makes sense. You'd have a stroke or a heart attack when you're driving the golf cart. Some of them were from careless driving on the part of the golf cart operator most times. And a couple of them resulted in ejections from the golf cart. So just a little gentle reminder from us, please, when you're out in that golf cart, wear your seatbelts. And if you don't have a seatbelt, get a seatbelt. Like we said, today we have a really big shoe for you today. Progress in the Villages. Over the last year, a lot of things have happened. I have a little list here. About a year ago, the Brownwood Bridge opened. You remember that? And there's actually 2 bridges down there, and they're beautiful. I love to ride over them on my bike.
Yes.
Or the golf cart. And that's what gets us down to the Water Lily Bridge, which also opened. And now it gave all those people down there in Finney and Marsh Bend and DeLuna.
South of 44, yeah.
South of 44 now has connectivity. That is fantastic. And that was this year. Magnolia Plaza.
Oh, it's booming. I mean, there's still construction going on. There are so many new places coming in and a lot of eateries. It's going to be fun and fantastic for the people south of 44.
Yeah, it has a lot to offer. And finally, those people from Finney that have been there so long, they have a complete shopping center. The Southern Oaks Championship Golf Course opened. Now, that's a nice course. It's new. It's still, what do you call it, a fledgling course, because the grass is still coming in, the trees are maturing.
Yeah.
But really nice. We were invited to play there just before it opened. Had a great time. Linda played championship. She doesn't often do that. And had a good time. So Southern Oaks is open down there. and that's booming. We also went in the Izelle Recreation Center. I hope I say that right.
Yeah, I think you did.
You know, from up where we're from and down here, things are said a little bit differently. So hopefully that's good. That's a beautiful rec center on the
very
inside.
nice.
It's very glamorous, it's elegant, and we took a quick tour there and loved it. If you want to see a really good video concerning the things that were added to the Villages in 2021, the Villages itself has a new video out. Jennifer Parr takes you through all these accomplishments. She is so good.
I love how she talks. It's just so smooth.
And the
so
Villages,
inviting.
the Villages itself, the production crew is fantastic. So we'll put a link to that in the video description. Vinny has that amazing holiday display for all the major holidays, and he'll have a box out there that says donations for Toys for Tots.
Right.
And people come by and enjoy the show, and they'll put donations in. And this year, Vinny raised $2,500 and 365 toys for Toys for Tots.
That's amazing. Great job.
Good job, Vinny. You're always doing a great job there. And those were put along with the Villages Corvette Club and donated to the Marine Corps. They raised 1,213 toys and $52,294 in donations for Toys for Tots.
Great, generous people. here.
Way to go, guys.
Just generous. How about some shout outs?
Ann and Bob Tracy signed for their new home in Hawkins, and they celebrated with an airboat ride. And look at Ann, she's holding a real alligator. Congratulations.
Kevin and Patty from California sent a KFC log. What?
They know I like KFC. Check this thing out. I didn't even know it existed. They sent me this fire. It's heavy. It is a KFC fire log. You burn it in your fire pit or your grill or your fireplace or whatever, and it gives you the aroma of KFC.
You were going to have all the neighbors and neighbors' dogs running over here.
Are they going to hate us or love us?
They'll be going,
Thanks so
Where's
much.
the chicken? Where's the chicken?
Speaking of fire pits, with that KFC log, we did a little research. We had the question weeks ago and we didn't have the answer, so we have it now. Are there public fire pits that we could use, or anybody could go use at the Villages? Yes, there are. There are 4. There's a fire pit at Finney, the Regional Rec Center complex. There's one at the First Responders. That's a new one up north.
Mm-hmm.
Riverbend Village Recreation Center, another pretty new one, has a fire pit. And Trillium, which is the lofts down there in Brownwood, they have a fire pit. So there aren't too many. There are 4, and you can go use those when you like. Pete from Cincinnati rolled by while we were playing bocce the other day, and he yelled at us and asked if he could take a picture. So Pete from Cincinnati, here you go. Always glad to meet folks. Lisa and Phil are visiting from Sheffield, England.
Oh, man. That was a little bit of a ride.
We love it when we get international people here, and that's so fun. And there are lots of them. That's another letter we'll get every once in a while. We want to come visit the Villages. Are there many internationals? Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are. Here are Rich and Jan Soper. They're from New Jersey, and they visited the Villages. Got an email from Mark.
I knew you were going to like this one.
I do.
Mark told us about in Indiana a tenderloin sandwich you can find in Tavares, Florida. So, oh my goodness, I guess we're going to be heading to Tavares.
Boom, shakalaka. One thing we missed from Indiana is our local, 2 miles away from our house, one of those giant tenderloins, as big as her head.
And then a little bitty bun about the size like this, but the tenderloin.
Was it a little bun or was it a
was
regular
a bun.
bun just because the tenderloin was so big? Anyway, we're going to check that out. Thank you. Here's Patrick from down in the village of St. Catherine watching us from his lanai. Had some people jog by and saw him watching us on the lanai, and they were screaming, "Hello, Jerry and Linda." It's so funny. Thanks for sharing that with us.
Matt and Sue from Maine want my meatloaf recipe. Guess I'm going to have to start a cookbook, right?
We had a visit from Jackie and Dan. Now they're from California. They brought us some goodies. And Mike and Sharon DeBose sent us this picture wearing their Jerry and Linda t-shirts. They're from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And we have gotten together with them several times when they're passing through the Villages.
Awesome.
Always fun. And I don't want to leave out Dave and Shar. Dave and
Yeah.
Shar came last week and visited with us. Fantastic visit. Thanks so much for coming by.
And some more shout outs from Karen. Thank you, Karen, for the nice little gift. And Kathy wrote a book and sent us a lovely little book. Dave and Vicky had a CD they sent us. And Patty and Matt, just sweet people. Thank you so much. And we got so many lovely cards behind us. You guys are just very kind. Michelle and David also sent us a beautiful calendar from Ireland.
Yeah, thank all you folks that take the time to do that. It's really humbling, when you think that strangers think enough of you
Yeah.
or take time out of their day, even to comment on a video. But when you go the extra mile and send something, that is so special. And
Yeah, y'all are too generous.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We have a few letters today that are not questions, but I thought they were funny or thought-provoking, so we're going to read you a couple of those. Mike Johnston writes, he likes our show, but
Uh-oh, what happens after that? But
your show's a very good one, very enjoyable. However, my wife's addicted to watching it. Seems like she has you on the TV 24 hours a day.
woohoo!
I have the theme song constantly looping in my brain. If I had just arrived, I love this. If I had just arrived from another planet to my house, I'd never guess there are hundreds of other programming choices other than Jerry and Linda, available to almost everyone at any given time. My ask is, please tell Raquel that you appreciate her viewership, but let him watch something else. And Happy New Year to you as well. One more letter that's a little bit of a grump fest here. Rusty writes, the Villages is a place that if you want to retire in peace, it's not the place. It's a nightmare. Why would anybody in their right mind move to this beautiful, well-manicured 7th level of...
What?
I have no idea. It's a facade of idyllic living. Free golf, great food, wonderful neighbors, very low crime, a general great place to live. It's not. It's horrible. If you want a retirement of less stress, stay the heck away from the Villages. I got to agree with you. There is idyllic living, free golf, great food, wonderful neighbors, very low crime, and generally it is a great place to live. These letters are always written by people that don't live here. They hear about it from somebody at the hairdresser or a friend of a cousin's brother.
Yeah.
Silly.
Well, the key word is it's an active community, and that's what you're going to get here in the Villages is an active community. I guess you can do as much as you want or as less as you want.
Yeah, I just wonder what the motivation is to send a letter like that.
Yeah.
Rusty, get a hobby. Liz and Keith write, I know there's quite the list of activities for Camp Villages in the summer months. Are there Camp Villages activities during the year and at other grandchildren breaks like Christmas break or spring break? Liz and Keith. Here's a flyer that was, it's not really a flyer. What is it? It was a newspaper.
It's an ad in the rec news, the recreation.
Yeah, it was
news
an
on
advertisement.
Thursdays. Yeah.
And you can see there are lots of things for Camp Villages.
And it's basically around the holidays when the grandchildren are here. So they have those activities, and you just have to sign up probably a month ahead of time before so you can get in your activities that you wish to do with your grandchild
You're a little too late for it this
for
year.
Christmas.
There still are a couple more days. And I think if you did show up there with grandkids, they'd probably let you in. You're supposed to sign up in advance because there's a fee for some of them. Like we took the grandkids to a scavenger hunt on golf carts. That was a lot of fun. And you went to some cooking.
We did some cupcake decorating, and you had to have supplies there. So, yeah, you had to add maybe $5 per activity.
Yeah, and you can watch the Daily Sun newspaper and other publications from the Villages, and you'll find out these things. It's really, really fun, and we had a good time. We'll look forward to the next time we get the grandkids down here and we can go to Camp Villages. Here's a question from Joe. And this gives me a chance to be a teacher for a few minutes because I did a little research on it. I thought I knew the answer, but I did some research. He says we have a drainage ditch, which at most might be a stream up north. I've seen many bodies of water labeled as lakes, which barely justify the name of a pond up there. You mentioned lakes in your tours of the Villages, so I wonder how many are worthy of the name lake and how many are really ponds. Good question. So what's the difference between a lake and a pond? We don't have any lakes here in the villages. Again, I guess it would depend what definition you use. But a lake is generally oval or irregular shaped. A pond is usually smaller and rounder. A pond usually goes from 4 feet deep to 20 feet deep. A lake is usually deeper than 20 feet. I don't think there are any places here deeper than 20 feet. I could be wrong, but most of them are 20 feet or shallower. A pond almost always has vegetation growing on the floor of the pond. In a lake, a true lake, sunlight does not reach the floor, the bottom of the pond, and so you don't have any vegetation. So that would be some of the differences between ponds and lakes. And here in the villages, we have some that look like lakes because they're big, but they're not very deep. But we have beautiful bodies of water here. And this area in particular is very near the Harris chain of lakes. Lake Harris, Lake Weir, I don't know if Lake Weir is in that, but Lake Dora and some others, Lake Griffin. And they are well known worldwide for their bass fishing.
Oh, yes.
So Lake Sumter, probably not technically a lake, but always up for debate. Am I right, Gizmo? Kim and Randy want to know, is there a way to figure out which house models have walk-in closets?
I think they all have walk-in closets. I've never seen one without one.
By the way, we're going to apologize, always apologizing to the folks up in the historic section and in Spanish Springs for that matter, because we don't get up there that often.
No.
Those houses are older. I don't think we've ever been in a house up there, have we?
I don't think so.
We've never even been in one. But we have.
Somebody invite us up to their house so we can see.
So we don't know what they're like up there, but I know that every home that we've been in, whether it's a courtyard villa or a designer home, has had walk-in closet. Some are bigger than others, but they all seem to have walk-in closets. Another question along the same line, Mike, he asks, we'd be interested in knowing how many homes you've come across in the villages that have a total concrete safe room closet.
Wow.
We've seen them back in Indiana. We've seen them in basements.
Absolutely.
Where we're from, there are a lot of tornadoes up there. So most people have a basement, and just a few people have a safe room in their basement.
Yeah.
I have not seen one here, although I'm sure that there would be some, but I've never seen it, never heard about it, don't know anybody that has one.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
It is a great idea, but you know, a safe room generally would be dug down inside. If a tornado takes your house away and you're in a safe room up in the house,
You're going to be safe because it says safe room.
you'd be safe until the tornado hit. But I do feel better. That's why one reason we like block and stucco as opposed to a stick framed house. We feel better in here. We feel like our house is one big safe room. Of course, a tornado can tear the roof right off your house.
That's right.
So if we had a tornado here, we would go to our safe room.
And we would be away from the lanai.
Our
Because
safe,
that's a lot of glass.
our safe room also has a toilet in it. You know, we get into one of the littler restrooms and hunker down. We should keep some snacks in the.
Yeah, we should. In our closet in there.
Joanne writes that she's heard an expression called between the sixes. She's wondering if we know what villages make up that area between the sixes. The villages is laid out like a tic-tac-toe map. North and south would be Morse Boulevard. For you on the screen there, it'd be Morse Boulevard and Buena Vista. And then you have 466, a highway, and 466A. Between there is between the sixes. You can go to Ryan Arisman's book, Inside the Bubble, and he has a list of each area and the villages that are within each area. It's a good book. We featured that a couple of weeks ago. We'll try to put a link to that in the video description today. There are 31 villages between the sixes, and you can find that list inside the book. The Bridgeports, north, south, east, west, and there's Bridgeport at Lake Meona, Buttonwood, Pennycamp, Poinciana, Sable Chase, Mallory, Tamarind Grove. You've got Hadley, you have Caroline, you have St. Charles, 31 different villages in that area. And it's a very popular place to live because it gives you access to not only Sumter Landing, which is a really nice square up there.
Very nice.
You got Brownwood right there too.
Yeah, and then they can get to Spanish Springs and all the shopping way up north near 441.
Yeah, don't shop. bad.
I love shopping.
Shopping is bad. I lost the name of who sent us this question, but I
Uh-oh.
did research it, and it's a good question. Can you or a guest from the village's sales department explain how a sales rep might help us potential out-of-town buyers to select and reserve our desired lot in a future village before all the most popular lots with a water view or a golf course view, etc., are quickly sold out to local buyers? We reached out to a sales agent and we were able to find their answer to that question. When a new area release is being announced, there are usually only a couple days' notice for people to preview lots. Each agent gets an equal opportunity to secure a lot for their customer. At the time lots are released, it is the luck of the draw as to who gets it. For out-of-town customers, an agent needs to be very familiar with the home criteria and have a good understanding of what will fit on a lot to best assist people who are out of town. FaceTime is a great way for people who are not here to see the areas in advance. That's a good answer. I don't know if it answered exactly what you want there. It's tough when you're out of town. We, as you know, bought our house sight unseen, and we were a little nervous because it was the day of an open house when we made our offer, and there were 6 other couples here looking at it, and we got lucky. We've heard that the competition is really severe now, especially for the most desirable lots, and just work closely with your agent and make sure that they know ahead of time exactly what you want so they can jump on it for you. Tim asks if there will be enough golf south of 44, or will the demand be so high down here that I have to ride all the way up north to play? That is a good question, and that is something that I would be concerned about if I lived down there. However, the villages just recently came out with a news announcement that showed the future golf down in that area. And you can take a look here, and it looks like there are some new things going on. There are already 5 executive courses now and 1 championship course, with more to come soon. So hopefully, believe me, I want you to stay down there and play. You know, I don't want any of you up here coming up here and playing up here. It's hard enough to get a tee time.
You want to share now?
Those
Terry?
courses down there are beautiful.
They are pretty.
That's where you want to play. You want to go down, you want to stay down there and play.
This is from Simon and Kim. We're hearing that there are great delays in getting furniture, which is compounded by the fact that if you decide to transport your existing furniture, shipping fees are going through the roof. What are the current lead times for getting furniture delivered? Well, I called a couple local furniture businesses here in the villages, City Furniture and Babette's, and they both had the same kind of answer. If you're looking for furniture and you need a bedroom suite or a dining suite, whatever, you need to look at what's on display and what they have on hand. Because wait time, if you're wanting something that's in a catalog or they don't have it in their warehouse, you're going to have a wait. It's going to be probably 2 to 3 months, maybe more. I talked to her and she said, well, if you don't, it may be even to April that you may not be able to get your furniture. So
wow.
It's a tough time. It's a tough time. So get things that are in stock, and that's a pretty good deal to do.
Bring your furniture or leave it there and buy new furniture. Well, I guess right now, if you came down here expecting to buy all new furniture, you would either have to settle for what they had in stock, which you may not like, or you have to wait and sleep on the floor like we did that first night.
We did the first night. But yeah, so I mean,
it cost us about $5,000 to $6,000 to ship everything that we shipped, and that's after a massive yard sale, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, anything. We sold it any way you can imagine. And the reason we brought the moving van was for some big items. A big leather sofa, a nice one with a matching chair, electric recliner. And we brought a dining room table with how many chairs? 8 chairs?
8 chairs.
8 chairs. And we brought, our bedroom suite is, or do you call it suite? I call it bedroom suite.
Suite's the area.
Well, you're making fun of me?
No.
You're laughing at me?
I'm just telling you the difference between suit and suite. I'm not making fun of you.
They will tell us, won't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a bedroom suite that was really nice, and it was about $5,000. So that's not counting the mattress. So we wanted to bring that. You don't want to come down here and have to buy a new bed and everything. It was pretty new anyway.
Yeah.
So bring it or don't. Doc wonders if neighborhood pools have whirlpools and jacuzzis for use in the winter. I haven't. Look at that. I had a popcorn. I kicked the popcorn out of there. Doc wants to know if neighborhood pools. All right. I made a little boo-boo.
I got me tickled.
I had some popcorn last night, and I brushed my teeth.
Did you brush your teeth?
Brushed my teeth twice, and I'm just talking right now.
Sometimes they get stuck right in down there.
Yeah, she did. I got it off here. Yeah, popped right out on my lip.
Popcorn popped.
Yeah, it popped.
I can't remember the sorry.
Okay, come on.
Wait a minute.
We're already, look how we've got a long show already. Doc wants to know, do neighborhood pools have whirlpools and jacuzzis for use in the winter? I haven't seen any in your videos, but I know some private homes have them along with pools. That's from Doc.
Yes.
Doc, the answer is yes and no, but the yes is only this big. One rec center has a hot tub.
Yeah.
And that is the rec center called the South Side Rec Center up in the historic section. So just one. Now there are 2 country clubs that have hot tubs.
Right. Yeah.
I think it's Orange Blossom, and that's a beautiful pool
Oh,
and hot tub.
very lovely.
And La Hacienda. And no, again, that's way up north. Down here, no. But to go with that question, John asks what the rules are for having a hot tub on a lanai. For example, could you buy one and put it in your lanai? John, this is a misconception about the villages. You think we have stormtroopers that march up and down the neighborhoods and look for things like this. First of all, you could have a hot tub on your lanai. You could have it on your back porch. You can have pinball machines.
Yeah.
You could have a bowling alley in your lanai if you wanted to. You can have just about anything you want, as long as you go through the ARC if you have to construct it and you follow the plans. So you can have it. I wish we had a hot tub. We had one for 20 years up north. We loved it. It was a pretty good one, and we left it. We had several, but we had a pretty new one we left when we moved.
Well, if you had a hot tub here, you need to have it in a caged area, a screened area, because the mosquitoes will be bad. So you really wouldn't want it to be.
That's why we wouldn't want to
enclosed
put it on our
somehow.
back porch without. We don't have a bird cage, and
Yeah.
and we could put it in our glass lanai here, but
That would bring in a lot of humidity.
yeah, I think it would steam up the windows and who knows what. But John, thank you for the question. John's another international viewer from Canada.
He probably has a hot tub.
The last thing we'll mention on today's show happened this morning. I was actually working on returning emails and comments and whatnot, and
I was sitting on the couch reading, which I do every morning, and all of a sudden the bedroom door comes flying open and he's putting on his shoes. And when he puts on his shoes, you know he's running
serious.
outside. It's serious. And I thought, what? And go
I'm like
ahead.
Huckleberry fan.
Yeah.
Well, get back to my description of the story here. I was working and I happened to glance down and I had received a message 4 minutes earlier, and it was for an AED alert. And that is the defibrillator machine. We have a group of responders here that when someone has a cardiac arrest, we report as quickly as possible to that site. And if necessary, we administer that electronic machine to restart the heart. And so as soon as I got that, I saw that it was 4 minutes old, the message. So I jumped in my shoes. I was like a fireman.
You were a flash.
I was like Batman. I was like Superman.
You were like a Superman.
And ran out there, and my hair was a mess. And
Yeah,
one lady was down there. She was trying to get her pajamas. But I got there in 5 minutes after the alarm, and I was about the 12th person that responded.
Yeah.
That is an amazing, amazing group of volunteers that will come. As it turned out, it was a mistake. That was a test that was supposed to be done on a different time or date, and it went out today by mistake. So all these people responded, which is always good.
Yeah.
it's good that
It's
we
great to have that
we
test,
got there.
you know, to check to see who's going to be there first.
And the Villages provides training for people that want to learn to be responders. And you can check. And here's a website. I'll just put that in the video description. If you want to be a responder, if you come to the Villages, you can certainly join one of the teams. But my team today, it's not my team. I'm just a peon.
Yeah.
But our team today responded really quickly and well. Within 5 minutes, we had over a dozen people there.
That's very good.
Yeah. Now, the part of the show that some of you love, and some of you hate. I know, buddy. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. Some of you love, and some of you love even more. It's Gizmo segment. You ready to take it away, buddy?
We get letters all the time asking, is the Villages dog friendly? Okay, let me put it this way. When Mom and Dad take me for a walk, or even better, for a cart ride, we get stopped time and time again with everybody wanting to pet me. You know, it's like the chubby kid that gets his cheeks pinched. But I love it. I really do. And when you walk down the street, say Brownwood, for example, they got dog bowls out for you so you can stop and get a drink. You know, if you don't mind drinking after that border collie or whatever. But yeah, it's a really, really, really friendly place. Okay, I like to tell jokes. I got a couple for you today. What do a tick and the Eiffel Tower have in common? They're both parasites. Parasites. Get it? And you know what? If Will Smith ever came to the Villages and he got lost, I could find him. You know how I'd find him? I'd follow the Fresh Prince. Fresh Prince! Fresh Prince!
Thank you, Gizmo. You did a great job.
Yes, you did, buddy. That's going to do it for this week's edition of
Mailbag Monday.
Thanks to all of you for tuning in. It's been a great year. The next time you see us will be in 2022. That is so hard to even say. You know, when I write out a check, I still sometimes write 1989 on there.
Must have been a good year.
I don't know. It's hard for me to remember. It's getting harder all the time. But we appreciate you. Remember to send us those questions. We need them, and we will use them on air if they're of interest to most people. And we appreciate you very much.
If you liked our video today, please press that like and subscribe button. Until next time.
See you when you get here.